While we finished the Beauty and the Beast section of the 40,000 piece Memorable Moments puzzle, I decided to do the hardest one next, Peter Pan. But first, we're going to do the 1,000 piece version so we have a better guide to look at. So we got Peter Pan and Wendy, Michael up here, and Old Man John. We have the clock tower in the background, and of course our film strip. And a whole lot of sky. This puzzle will be pretty straightforward. First, we'll probably work on Peter Pan since he's the only green in the whole puzzle. And then we'll probably do Michael and John. Then we'll finish the characters off with Wendy. The only thing I'm a little worried about is getting the color of her dress mixed up with these clouds over here. But we'll have to see if it's easier to tell the difference between the two after we sort. And of course, somewhere in there we'll get Tinkerbell done. I think the characters will be easy to do. Then we'll move on to the film strip. I think this film strip's going to be quite a bit harder than Beauty and the Beast was. There's just an awful lot of pink and purples in these. And then you have Tinkerbell. She's in here 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 times. And these two here are exactly the same. And instead of just across the bottom, we have to go up the side too. And then I think we'll do the clock tower next. That might be a little time consuming, but at least we have Wendy cutting across the middle. So maybe we can break it up into 2 chunks there. And then all that sky. I'm hoping that maybe there's more details in the puzzle pieces once it's bigger than the small picture on the box. But it's only 1,000 piece, so probably not. And then we'll just finish up with our edges and that'll be that. And if you're new here, don't forget to subscribe so you can come back and join me when I start the Peter Pan section for the big puzzle. So let's crack this baby open and see what we got. Oh, we got P-Pan finished. And this one was a doozy. I'd say this was the hardest Disney puzzle I've done so far. I think our original plan worked out pretty well. So first we started with the characters. Well, with Peter Pan first, he was pretty easy. Then we went over and did Michael and John here. They weren't too bad either. So I was worried about Wendy's dress, with the colors maybe getting confused with the clouds and stuff, but the pieces for a dress were pretty easy to pick out when I was sorting because it's more of a greenish than the clouds were like a light blue. Then, like I said, we went and did the film strip here, and it was quite a bit harder than the Beauty and the Beast one was because there was, instead of just across the bottom, it went up to the top, and like I said, there was a lot of pink in here that tripped me up a bit, but it wasn't anything too horrible. Then I went up from the bottom and did the building. So I was kind of worried about the building a bit, just because it's all just straight lines, the whole thing coming down for the most part. But I was able to sort out the pieces from this half of the clock tower from this half, because they were a lot darker over here. And this side actually went pretty quick. I thought, great, this will be easy. And then I went over and did this side going up, and it was a little bit harder, but not too bad. And I thought, okay, now we got to do the background and all that sky. How can we break that up a little bit? So something I just didn't even catch before we started the puzzle was this trail from Tinkerbell, from Pixie Dust Trap. So I thought, hey, we can pick those pieces out pretty good and just do the whole trail. And then that way I can go off of this side and that side all the way around her trail, and just have more places to go off of. And then, of course, I thought, well, let's do the light blue clouds then. Not a whole lot of that. Anything to take away some space from the sky. So we did that, and it wasn't too bad. There's not a lot of it. Because, like, up here, you have her trail already, so there's only a few pieces on both sides of there. Just this little bit here, which actually was nice, because then we could connect that to the film strip area. And then all we had left was this area here. So then all we had left was the rest of the sky and the edges. And the sky, yeah, that was a roadblock. It was just piece-shape sorting and trial and error. It took quite a while. It was rough. So if you're new to puzzling and you had this one, you really want to do it, I would maybe hold off a bit, because it is a Ravensburger puzzle, so there's not any crazy shapes to go from. It's just your basic 4 or 5 shapes, and that's it. And it's just a lot of trial and error and grinding along. And as bad as it was, I'm going to start the big section of the Memorable Moments puzzle, and there's going to be 4 times many more pieces that I have to deal with than that one. So after we got that done, it was easy going. It was kind of nice. All I had left was the border, and even with that, I was able to do like these pieces down here, and over in this corner here, along this side, and up here. So I had those already done. So it was just filling in the gaps. I mean, this bit took a little bit while, but that's all you have left. It's not too bad. So now that this is finished, it's time for me to get started on this section for the big puzzle.